dimly lit room, tucked away in an old mansion, there exists a portrait unlike any other. As you approach it, the air thickens, and a chill runs down your spine. The eyes of the figure within seem to follow you, a constant reminder of the unknown that lurks just beyond the confines of the canvas. This portrait belonged to Lady Eleanor, a woman of striking beauty, but also of profound mystery. The townsfolk whispered stories of her, tales woven with intrigue and shadows. They spoke of her life, filled with love and loss, but there was always an unshakable sense of something darker. Legend has it that Lady Eleanor was not just a mere woman, but a soul bound to the portrait itself. It was said that her spirit lingered, trapped within the strokes of the artist's brush. This artist, a man named Vincent, was reputed for his uncanny ability to capture not just the likeness of his subjects, but their very essence. Those who gazed upon his work often felt an inexplicable connection, as if the painted figures were alive, breathing, and observing. As the years passed, the portrait became a focal point of the mansion, drawing visitors from far and wide. They would come to admire the exquisite detail, the way the light danced upon Lady Eleanor's golden hair, the way her lips curled into a subtle smile. But as they stared, many reported an unsettling sensation, as if the painting were not just a depiction of a bygone era, but a gateway to another realm. One fateful evening, a curious young girl named Clara ventured into the mansion, drawn by the tales surrounding the portrait. She stood before Lady Eleanor, her heart racing with excitement and fear. As she peered into the depths of the painting, she felt an inexplicable pull, as if the portrait were beckoning her closer. "Is anyone there?" Clara whispered, her voice barely audible, swallowed by the silence of the room. To her astonishment, the eyes of Lady Eleanor flickered, momentarily glimmering with life. Clara gasped, stepping back, her heart pounding wildly. Surely, she must have imagined it. But as she leaned in once more, the portrait seemed to shimmer, the colors swirling and shifting as if the canvas were alive. Clara's imagination raced. What if the stories were true? What if Lady Eleanor was trapped, longing for freedom? She reached out, her fingers brushing the surface of the painting. An electric shock coursed through her, and in that instant, Clara was transported into the world within the portrait. The scenery transformed around her, a lush garden, vibrant with colors, filled with the scent of blooming flowers. Lady Eleanor stood before her, radiant and ethereal, her presence both comforting and haunting. "You found me," she whispered, her voice a melody that danced in the air. Clara felt a sense of awe wash over her. "Are you alive?" she stammered, grappling with the reality of her surroundings. "Alive, yet bound," Lady Eleanor replied, a hint of sorrow in her eyes. "I am trapped in this realm, a prisoner of the canvas. My heart yearns for the world outside, but I cannot escape." As Clara listened, she sensed the weight of Lady Eleanor's words. The beauty of the garden was overshadowed by an eerie sense of entrapment. The vibrant colors dulled, and the the shadows seemed to stretch, creeping closer, as if the garden itself were alive with a sinister force. "Why are you trapped?" Clara asked, her voice trembling. "Because of the artist," Lady Eleanor explained, her gaze drifting away. "Vincent painted me with love, but he also bound my soul to this place. He wanted to capture my beauty forever, but in doing so, he condemned me. I cannot leave, nor can I find peace." Clara's heart sank. The tales of the artist's skill now felt more like a curse. The legend of the portrait took on a darker hue, revealing the shadows hidden beneath the surface. "Is there a way to free you?" Lady Eleanor's eyes sparkled with a flicker of hope. "Perhaps, but it requires great courage. You must uncover the truth behind my portrait. Only then can I be released." Determined, Clara agreed to help. Together, they began to explore the garden, searching for clues. As they walked, the atmosphere shifted. The once vibrant flowers began to wilt, and the sunlight dimmed. Shadows danced menacingly, whispering secrets of despair. "Every flower holds a piece of my story," Lady Eleanor explained. "Each petal a memory, each thorn a sorrow. We must find the thorns, for they hold the key to my release." Clara knelt beside a bed of roses, their beauty contrasting starkly with the darkness that loomed. She plucked a thorn, and a sudden rush of memories flooded her mind. The laughter of children, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of music echoing through the halls of the mansion. But intermingled with these memories were visions of sorrow and despair, moments of betrayal and loss. The garden began to tremble, the ground shifting beneath them. Clara's heart raced as she realized the weight of the burden they were uncovering. Each thorn revealed a fragment of Lady Eleanor's past, intertwining their fates in ways she could never have imagined. As they continued their search, Clara began to see shadows lurking in the corners of the garden, dark figures that whispered warnings of danger. "You must be careful," Lady Eleanor cautioned, her voice trembling. "The shadows grow restless. They are the remnants of my pain, and they will do anything to keep me bound." Clara felt a chill creep up her spine. The shadows became more aggressive, swirling around them, whispering threats that made her heart pound. "What do we do?" Clara cried, panic rising within her. "We must confront them," Lady Eleanor replied, her voice steady despite the chaos around them. "They are manifestations of my sorrow, and only by facing them can we break the hold they have over me." With determination, Clara squared her shoulders, ready to face the darkness. Each shadow seemed to pulse with anger, their whispers growing louder, a cacophony of despair. "You cannot save her," they hissed. "She belongs to us." But Clara pressed on, her heart pounding in her chest. "Lady Eleanor deserves to be free," she shouted, her voice cutting through the darkness. As she spoke, the shadows recoiled, momentarily faltering. "You think you can change her fate?" they sneered. "She is bound by the artist's curse. You are nothing but a child." Clara felt doubt creeping in, but she remembered the warmth of Lady Eleanor's presence, the hope that shone in her eyes. No, I will not let fear dictate our fate. In that moment, a surge of light erupted from within Clara, illuminating the garden and pushing the shadows back. She felt the thorns in her hand pulse with energy, their pain transforming into strength. Together, we can break this curse, Clara shouted, her voice echoing through the garden. With newfound courage, Clara and Lady Eleanor joined forces, channeling their energy into the thorns. The shadows writhed in agony, their whispers turning into screams as the light engulfed them. In a blinding flash, the shadows dissipated, leaving only silence in their wake. The garden transformed, the colors vibrant once more, as if life had returned. Clara felt a weight lift from her shoulders, a sense of peace washing over her. Lady Eleanor looked at her with gratitude, tears shimmering in her eyes. "You have freed me," she whispered, her voice full of emotion. "You have given me hope." But as the last remnants of darkness faded, a new challenge arose. The portrait itself began to shimmer, the canvas rippling as if alive. "You must go," Lady Eleanor urged. "You cannot remain here. This world is not yours." Clara felt a pang of sorrow. She had come to care for the woman trapped within the portrait. Yet, she knew Lady Eleanor needed her freedom. "But I don't want to leave you," Clara protested. "Remember me," Lady Eleanor replied, her voice softening. "Carry my story with you. Share it with the world so that my spirit can live on." With that, Clara felt herself being pulled back, the vibrant garden fading into darkness. She was thrust back into the mansion, standing before the portrait once more. The canvas was still silent, yet Clara felt a profound change. Lady Eleanor's eyes sparkled with life, a hint of a smile gracing her lips. In that moment, Clara knew the truth. The portrait was no longer merely a painting. It was a testament to the power of courage, connection, and the resilience of the human spirit. As the echoes of the past intertwined with her present, Clara turned away, her heart heavy yet full of hope. She stepped out of the mansion, the tales of Lady Eleanor etched in her memory, ready to share the story of the portrait that came alive. And so, the legend continued, a haunting reminder of the shadows we face and the light we can bring forth, forever intertwining the fates of a girl and a spirit bound by love and loss.